listen, never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Can't get enough baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
I woke up this morning trying to figure out who I would rather have on the podcast, who I would rather be talking to. And after all day, I came to the conclusion, there's nobody I'd rather be talking to than Adam Ottavino.
That was well done.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
You're a pro. That was good.
The ones I've tried to go next level on, I've usually stumbled over pretty good. Ask Lucas Giolito. So, yeah.
No, it's great, though. I love it, man. I love it. Truly.
All right. Well, thank you. And I also know this. Because I'm not going to bury this at the end of our conversation. There is no better Christmas gift or holiday gift than a baseball and coffee hat, or what else can you get? What else?
Oh man, you can get a blanket, you get a beanie, you can get like a to-go coffee mug. We got all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So go check out. I don't know. The best way is what?
Baseballandcoffee.com.
Okay. Look at you getting the domain name.
Squarespace, baby.
I'm jealous. It's not even baseballandcoffee.gov or something like that.
No, we lucked out. I lucked out this time. I tried to get adamottavino.com. Can't buy that.
You can't?
No, it's somebody else owns it. So.
Yeah, and you didn't even try contacting them?
No, because I know it's a shakedown. Just out of principle, I'll move along. I'll just find something else.
Fair. See, your instincts are keen. So the last time you were on the podcast, it was a memorable day because we had a great conversation as always, but literally like 2 hours after, I think a report came out. Adam Ottavino talking about Rockies GM job.
Oh yeah.
Could you do a guy a solid?
But it wasn't meant to even be out there. It ended up on the internet. I was like, whoa. I was like, okay.
A lot of things. And then could I just bottle that like 5 seconds you just said? It wasn't meant to be out there. It just ended up on the internet. I mean, isn't this life? I mean.
Yeah, this is life. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, true.
So let's get that out of the way. What was that like?
I mean, it never really progressed probably as far as people probably, have in their imagination. But I talked to the owner a little bit. I gave him some thoughts. I think for what it's worth, I think they've done a good job. I think I really like what they've done with DePodesta and some of the other moves as well. It'll definitely move the needle. They'll modernize that organization quite a bit. And I'm just happy. I'm happy they're doing that. At the time when I was there, it was intriguing, but I wanted to hear a little bit more about, on the ownership level, what the thought process was, basically.
Was it his Zoom calls or did you go there?
I was in Denver. I talked to Dick in his office for about 2 hours, Dick Monfort, and then I talked again on a Zoom to a bunch of people in the organization, mainly about pitching and some other things. But yeah, like I said, it was just a good opportunity to reconnect with some people, right? I mean, I've known Dick a long time, so I was there 7 years, so it was good. It was good in that regard, no matter what.
But this is where I'm here to build you up. I mean, they don't call you, they don't, they even introduce you unless you've left an impression on them. And like you can say, you've known them for a while. I know a lot of people for a while. No one's asking me to be a GM. So, I mean, yet. I think I get a pretty good read on how to do the surface level of building a team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you see my quote? The Andrew Friedman quote about the free agency. It's like this one. This is as a GM, everybody. So when you do get a GM job, just remember this quote. This is from 2016. Here it is. if you're always rational about every free agent, you will finish third on every free agent.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Definitely true.
But
Yeah.
I don't think everyone understands that.
I think that's being proven out right now a little bit in the marketplace. I think the teams that are, I mean, you've seen the money's been pretty good for the guys that have gotten it. So the team, but usually it's a team that's been aggressive. There's been usually other teams in the mix that were more principled, I guess, but they don't get the players. So
Well, I've heard. I'm not going to name the team because maybe you have to cover them, but it's like oh, we have Plan A, but we also have Plan B, C, D, E. Well, no, get Plan A. No, like if you can get Plan B and C and D for other things, get Plan A. Do whatever it takes to get. If that's your Plan A, then get them. I'm going on a rant, but I feel like
I mean, it just seems like the previous years, however the previous year ended, really informs the level of desperation the next year, or how bold they're going to be. Like the Blue Jays are what, three inches away from winning the World Series, and now they're going for it. Like they're obviously, I don't think they're done yet. You know what I mean? They've already done quite a few things. And then on the other side, like the Orioles, a little embarrassed from last year, but they're in a hunt to get right back. Now they're doing some things. So I think sometimes you can get lulled to sleep a little bit by some success that maybe is a little bit more fragile than you realize, and teams need to act on that a little bit right now. I mean, especially I look at like the AL East. Obviously, that's a division near and dear to both of our hearts. That's gonna be a monster this year.
Oh. I mean, yeah. I think the Blue Jays. I wasn't going to go down this road, but whatever. The Blue Jays. They just the last piece of their puzzle was getting to Game 7 of the World Series. It's amazing. Like I say this, Adam. I've said this a bunch. There was a reason Ottavino. There was a reason Ottavino went to Dunedin.
Ohtani.
No, Ohtani.
Yes. The other O guy.
I was going through my Rolodex of O's. But there's a reason Ohtani even went to Dunedin. There must have been something there. And then, they miss out, and then you get a little bit of, maybe you don't want to play up there, whatever, even though they get the money, and then boom, everybody sees, you know what? It's great. They have everything, the team, the fan base, the infrastructure, the spring training complex, which is like Oz, all of it, and people are like, yeah, okay, Dodgers in the American League. That's what it's almost become. I don't know if they're going to win that much, but that's what it is.
I mean, people are fired up. I mean, shoot, on my show, I got like 40% Canadians, basically. People are fired up. So
really,
yeah, this was a big deal. I mean, this they really captured the country, and then I think other people took notice. And ultimately, they're a very wealthy team. Rogers is a big corporation, so. Maybe they're also drinking their own Kool-Aid right now, but in a good way. Like, okay, we saw the response to this. Let's add to it.
And all I can think of once you said 40%, all I can think of is business-wise. If you aren't getting a Tim Hortons sponsorship for baseball and coffee, like you aren't trying. I mean, come on.
I'm not trying right now, but yes.
Fair enough. One last thing about your conversations, because it's not okay. It's good to have those conversations, but did you learn anything? I mean, because they want to siphon your brain, but for you, like that must have been an interesting thing, right?
Oh, it was great for me. Ultimately, like as I moved beyond my playing part of my baseball life, I mean, I strongly believe that say I hadn't been a major league player, I mean, I'd still be somewhere in baseball. I could very well be running a team at this moment in a different timeline, if my career didn't pan out the way it did. So for me, it's all just good practice no matter what. Like, and I'm not worried about people telling me no, like that's okay. I'm only so many no's away from a yes. I don't know what that number is. So that's my perspective on things anyway. And if anything, it's great practice. And it's just genuinely great to reconnect with an organization that is near and dear to my heart, and people that I really think do care and, just want to help out any way I can.
What was the most interesting thing, like part of it?
I guess just kind of like revisiting the ultimate challenge that is Coors Field, and that is the unique challenges that exist for the ball club, the Rockies, that don't exist other places. Just revisiting it, getting back into that conversation. talking with other people who have been living it, the last few years, just getting back into that and remembering, how special it can be. And like, just because things are hard doesn't mean they're not worth pursuing. And I don't know, just a lot of great memories of really good teams I was on, and definitely feeling like they're going to be moving the needle towards a bright future over there. So just seeing it and seeing a lot of the same people who are really good people within the organization is just cool. It's just cool for me.
Good people and a good fan base. I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, they just need to modernize things a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. For whatever reason, they were a little. They were just in a different place the last few years, personnel wise, in the front office, and now they're in a different place. They're making an effort to make changes, and we're gonna see how that works out. But I'm encouraged for sure.
Did you see the bump from? You said 40% Canadian was like the other 35% from Colorado after that happened on your show.
There's definitely Colorado people kicking around for sure. But no, I mean, it's Canadians, so it's Blue Jays, it's Mets, it's Red Sox, and a little Yankees for sure, a little Dodgers. I mean, trying to get other people's attention, but it's hard.
Well, that's what we're here for. We're screaming from the mountaintops. Your brand has never been hotter. You mentioned that you say things and then it shows up on the internet. You said something and then it showed up on the internet.
I did, yeah, very fast.
No, actually, that's not even true. It didn't show up fast.
I guess it was a day later.
You know what? Because our producer Evan, who's a Mets guy, he's a diehard listener to your show as well.
Yeah.
He said, "You go what?"
He noticed something, but it wasn't out there yet. Yeah.
No, he said it. He's like, "Hey, Ottavino said this," and I'm like, "Well, okay,
yeah,
we'll keep it in the family."
Yeah, no, I mean, you know how it goes. Somebody wrote like a comment, like, "Hey, this," like they timestamped it. They were like, "Hey, this section was super interesting," and then I was like, "Ooh, let's see how many other people noticed that comment." And then next thing you know,
what's that feel? What's that? Because I've lived that life. You're like sort of like, I would rather just not. What's that like? What that feeling like? And what, in case people don't know what we're talking about, you talked about the Mets sort of clubhouse culture and everything. So what was that feeling like as it sort of got going? Because I don't know if you've experienced that before.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've put my foot in my own mouth a few times over the course of my playing career. My Babe Ruth comments. I had other comments.
That's a good comment.
I said some stuff, but I mean, this one, it was just like I had to go re-listen to it and have my wife listen to it and be like, and watch it again, just be like, I didn't like say anything that wasn't true here, So I'm okay. I can sleep after that, and it is what it is at that point. So,
but honestly, I think it's one of the things when you're doing your show, and your show is very analytical. Like you've had some really, really notable guests on Break That Stuff Down. Pete Alonso, you had on Garrett Cole again. Like I'm building up the brand. You're welcome. But it's mostly like really breaking. It's great. It's awesome. But at the same time, what makes any show awesome is just you feel like you're just sitting there talking like we are. So you're probably just sitting there saying, I'm just talking.
That's exactly what happened in this situation. I was going over all the teams and the needs, and I have the roster resource up there on Fangraphs, and I'm going through the Mets, and I'm starting to remember things. And things are getting emotional. That's all. I got a little emotional for a minute. I felt for some of my guys that are injured, and then there was the people just kept hitting me with the perfect questions, asking me about this guy or that guy. And it's like, well, I can't tell you everything, but like I can say, like, this is a little interesting. Like with the Nimmo part of it, my whole point was, oh, he's in a trade rumor? That's not going to sit right. He's a proud guy. And that's how it ended up playing out. He was offended that he was in the trade rumor, and then he got offended enough to waive his no trade clause and went to the Rangers. So I wasn't wrong, but all I said was he's going to be offended by that because he's a proud player. And in the moment, I didn't think it was very controversial, but I didn't realize that other people maybe didn't know that. You know what I mean? So that's how it goes.
You don't have to tell me, did you get like texts and stuff?
I mean, I got texts from people. Yeah, I got texts from people for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Plenty of texts.
Okay.
Yeah. All sorts of texts, I guess. But I mean, nothing bad.
Oh,
Okay.
good. All right. You didn't need like 5 melatonin to fall asleep or something. So
No. Like I said, I sleep good. Like it's fine. Like I mean, yeah, would I have rather maybe not spilled it as much? I mean, maybe there's a world, but at the same time, it just kind of happens. Like I was just doing the show. I mean, it's authentic. It is what it is.
you know who loved it? The people in Canada. You went up from 45 to 50%.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is a funny thing because like you don't I mean, I've done 123 live streams now. Like you've done how many podcasts now? And at a certain point, like, if you really watch your show or my show, you get a sense of the tone and then something all of a sudden feels like a
Yeah.
different tone. It's
Did
very
you
noticeable.
did you see like the
Yeah, it's like
analytics?
a yeah. So
But I think again, this I'm building you up. To your credit, it's like you just like you said, it is what it is. You said what you said, but you also didn't chase it. Like there's been plenty of like, oh, tomorrow we will have on Brennan Nemo.
don't think I didn't get asked on like 5 or 6 shows the next day. I mean, Michael K is trying to get me to come on his radio show. I'm like, no, it's okay, man. I think I'll pass. I'm going on a Yankee broadcaster's radio show to talk about my Mets comments. Like, come on. What are we going to gain out of that?
But you know what? We have this gear, Michael, if you want to buy some. So.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, obviously that's people think it's like a clickbaity thing, but that wasn't the truth. So
No. So it's like I said, it's good. And this is why I think you've always been good. This is the third time I'm saying earmuffs to you, but because you have to be real, you have to be genuine, and the heart of this whole thing is that you like talking about baseball. Anyway, that said, what did you think about the Brandon Nemo trade? I mean, you don't have to get like you said what you said, but I haven't talked to you since then, since the Brandon Nemo trade, and I think on the surface, it's a really fascinating trade because we've had two, maybe 2.5 trades like these baseball trades of 1-for-1s. Which, I always like, oh, Luis Arraez for Pablo Lopez. Yay, every 5 years. But we just had the Nemo for Simeon. What was your take on it?
I mean, it stunned me in the moment. I just thought Brandon was there forever, and I thought Semien was there forever. I mean, both guys are leaders on each team. Then you start to look at the components of it, how many years are left for each guy, how old each guy is, which direction each guy's game is going. Nimmo seems to be holding strong offensively, but some of the metrics were negative defensively. David Stearns was very blatant and open about his desire to get better on defense. And then it's the opposite for Semien. Semien's defense is like really peaking the last few years, and the offense maybe is the question mark. So it makes sense in terms of what each team's looking to do. Rangers had a hard time scoring runs last year. Mets had a hard time playing defense last year. Okay, that makes sense. I do think there's an element to Nimmo where he had like plantar fasciitis really bad for like a year. And I just think some of his defensive metrics and stuff is more so he's just like trying to stay out there and play rather than actually declining. Like I know how hard he works and what kind of machine he is. So, I mean, yeah, everybody declines to some extent, but I think Texas might actually end up with maybe the less declined player here. But if this allows the Mets to make another big move in the outfield, then I like it for the Mets too. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. Just an intriguing move that maybe helps both sides, but we're going to have to wait and see.
They, like you said, the Mets are turning things over. It's not only that, it's Edwin Diaz, Pete Alonso, and I know that Stearns is catching a lot of heat now because it's never easy turning over a roster. Especially when a roster that did well not too long ago. What is your take on that? Because like what that life is like, that clubhouse. These guys. It's not like any of them go down the list. I think all of them are perceived as good guys, right?
Especially all three of these guys, yeah.
Right, all three of these guys. And by the way, fan favorites. I mean, I'm not even saying that. I mean, it's like fan favorites. So what's your take on like what the Mets are doing here in regards to those three guys?
Well, I think last year was so disappointing that I think there's probably a part of David's mentality going into this year of like, I'm doing this my way. Like these weren't the players I picked. I inherited a lot of these guys. Let me implement the way that I think we should run this. But I also think there's a moment of urgency here as well, like with the fan base. Now that you have gone ahead and ripped the Band-Aid off and made these moves that frankly the fans are torn up about, whether they're the right moves or not. now you gotta put up right now, and you gotta find a way to make it work. I know they signed Polanco, that's a step, but they have a lot of holes to fill all of a sudden. I'm not saying they're the right or the wrong moves necessarily if you want to reimagine the team, but it's really the follow through of what you do from here on out that's gonna make the difference, right? So you're losing a ton of power any way you slice it. And I do think that they expected that they were going to be able to bring Edwin back, Diaz back, and that's the one of the three. That's really the most stunning one to me of all of them because you can understand the reasons for Nimmo, and it seemed pretty clear that they weren't going to be willing to pay Pete long term, and that this time he was definitely going to go elsewhere. You could feel that, but with Diaz, especially where it landed with 3 years, I'm just shocked that they didn't that they didn't sign him. I'm stunned by that, and so now you have to replace that as well. So I don't know. There's more holes to fill, but there's so much time, and I know that they understand the urgency that they're in. So I think they will. And we'll see.
I do want to talk to you about the building the bullpen. This is again, we'll make sure that whatever you say is going to be part of your reel when you go for your next GM interview. So I don't know if I was going to a GM interview, I would have a reel. Like look at what I said. Look at what I said.
Here's my reel.
This is I'll cut one up for you. You said a lot of smart things on our podcast over the last couple of years. By the way, a quick story. I don't know did I ever tell you the Kevin Cash GM interviews, manager interview story? So Cleveland, he was the bullpen coach with Cleveland. He was like for 1 year, right? And so Texas interviewed him, and then the Rays interviewed him. The Cleveland put him through a 6-hour interview in a suit, 6-hour mock interview, which I thought was so cool. Like I would have done that for you if I knew you were interviewing for the Rockies job.
So they did it to help him prepare for the other interviews.
Yes,
got it.
Like in a suit. Yeah.
Okay.
And he got one of the jobs, so it worked.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get, obviously Pete Alonso's name has come up a lot. It's interesting because obviously the Orioles, forget about the Mets. The Orioles valued him for a reason. And the Red Sox are really interesting to me because I thought, for me, Alonso was, like Bregman was the year before, a perfect fit. Not a perfect player, but a perfect fit. And so, number one, were you surprised about where he landed, what he got, but also, do you think that he's, I guess, undervalued? Like, in other words, do you agree with what I'm saying? Like, well, okay, Red Sox perfect fit. Not for everybody, but still. What's your take on Alonso?
Yeah, I mean, his power is it's a guarantee. Like I promise you he's going to hit average 35 plus home runs at a minimum for the next 4 seasons. Like he's just always out there. He's actually kind of a special athlete for his size. I know that his defensively, the metrics don't like him, particularly going to his right, but he's good going to his left, taking away balls down the line. He scoops balls really well. He cares a lot out there. Do I think he should be a first baseman forever? No, but there's a certain element to it that's passable if you have a good defense. And I think he completely changes the Orioles. Like I love him in this lineup. I love him behind Gunnar Henderson. Like now they have a left thing going on at the top. That ballpark, as we know, is a great place to hit home runs. So he's going to hit a ton of them. He's going to invigorate these young guys, and he's got a great gregarious personality, and he'll connect with the fans instantly. This just the same way he did in New York. So there's so much to like about Pete. I understand the drawbacks, like I get it, but I think when you look around the landscape of the league, especially this offseason, it was him and Schwarber. Those are 2 guys with the power that can transform a lineup. Philly knew what they had, and that they couldn't let it go. And I think that Baltimore kind of lucked out that they were able to pivot right to Pete. I do like him as well. I definitely liked him in Boston as well. You look at their need for power. I thought it was a match made in heaven, partly because of the wife being from Massachusetts, and
yes.
I bought into that a little bit for sure.
Yeah, me too.
But it looks like Baltimore really wanted him, and truthfully, I'm just super happy for him because it's crazy to do everything right. Like your whole career, and yeah, like you're getting dinged a little bit because of some of your limitations, but look at the big picture. He's hit 200 and a bazillion home runs since he's come up, and he's always driving the ball. He's always contributing to runs being put on the board. And then for just to be undervalued, and now that he got the number that I guess, it seems fair to me. So I'm just happy for them, basically.
It's you talk about pivot. And so I brought this up where last year with the Red Sox, for instance, they miss out on Max Fried. There was a place to pivot in Garrett Crochet, right? Obviously, the Baltimore pivoted from Schwarber to Alonso. But the Red Sox, there's not another place to pivot that gives you what Alonso gives you. And you can talk about Okamoto, you can talk about, Marte, even Bregman. Bregman's a really good player, valuable player, but we're talking about, boom, middle of the order, hitting home runs guy. There's not another player like that. That was my problem with it. Unless they're going to trade for someone that I don't know about, he's a very unique player is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't like it necessarily for the Mets either, because for the Mets and the Red Sox, he's a hard guy to replace. It's just different. He just clobbers home runs like he does. So, if you don't have that element, you're going to be having to score runs other ways. And so it's a sum of the parts type of deal. And it's just a little bit different. It's a luxury to have it, and you're going to miss it. I think the Mets will miss it.
All right. So that's great take on Alonso, and I agree with you. I want to be your assistant. Just keep me in mind. I said this to somebody else the other day who was in the industry. Like that, hey, we think alike. Remember to be your assistant general manager. So bullpens, relievers. If there's one thing that's sort of like guys getting signed, it's relievers now, right? Go down the list. Baltimore gets Helsley, Devin Williams, a bunch of others. How do you say hello, whoever that is? So
it's my daughter.
Oh, hello. Ah,
looks
like someone who needs a new hoodie.
Get me this house on Tokaboka for Pat.
I don't remember what it was.
It's like Archer 18.
No. Oh no, Boo Mungro.
Oh yeah.
Are you giving away passwords?
Don't worry. We change it all the time. We're good.
We'll have to edit up the Ottavino Wi-Fi password.
No Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi.
Things that I didn't think I would have to do today.
That's why they're used to my show where they just walk in, whatever. They don't realize we're on a recorded line.
It's good.
Here.
It's like when Mookie was eating and like back in the pie. I said, it's good. Just two guys talking, people coming in and out.
Which relievers did I like that have been signed?
No. Like, how do you view that? How do you view because, you can say which relievers you like. Kenley just got, went to Detroit.
Yeah.
But it's also like this is a bigger picture thing where like how you're prioritizing what's important, because I think the perception now is that you need two closers because you need one for the 7th inning and one for the 9th inning. But I don't know what's your take on how teams are looking at bullpens and maybe how relievers have been valued so far.
Yeah, I mean this offseason I've been pretty encouraged by these top guys, but let's also remember that there's like 100 of these guys on the market right now, just right-handed. So it's going to get grim really fast for the vast majority of these guys are going to get caught up in the bulk amount of actual quality pitchers, because that's sort of what's shifted over the years is there's these premium guys, and I'm glad they're getting valued right now, especially like Rogers really excited me because no submariner's ever gotten paid like that. So that really excited me, and it's encouraging, and I think teams realize how important those top end guys, but everybody else in the bullpen, all they want to do is roster churn it. And so I think we're excited now, but it's kind of a fugazi. Like it's going to be 30, 40 guys that are freaking out in March.
That's a terrible feeling. I was just looking up because as you're talking, I remember having this conversation, Phil Maton, and he was talking about last year. I mean, he signed like right before the season. Forget about spring training, like right before the season.
Yeah,
it was really good, I think, for the Cardinals. But same thing. It's like I was waiting. I think he signed, right?
He signed already. He signed this year. He got like 2 for 14 with the Cubs, which is great. And the year before, he settled for $2 million, and he's like a really good pitcher. So
Yeah, if you can. So moral of the story: if you can sign early, sign early.
Yeah, oftentimes it's not really in your control, but sometimes those early offers, if they do come, you got to take them seriously because right now, like it just gets so crunched at the end. It's wild.
What? So put you on the spot. Is there any relievers that you would sign? This again.
Oh, that are still left out
Yeah.
there? Yeah, I mean, I still believe in Luke Weaver a lot,
Yeah,
for
I'm
sure.
with you.
I think he got a little out of whack at the end of the year, but I don't think he's out of whack as a player. I think he's made a step forward and he's valuable because he can do more than just 3 outs. Like he can do other stuff too. Who else? There's other guys that I was looking at the other day on my list here. I actually have it here. Man, who's the one I was fired up about a little bit? Pierce Johnson.
Oh,
he's a really good
friend of the all these guys are friend of the program.
Well, yeah, I mean, shoot, you're friends with the relievers, you know. I mean,
you're like 45% Canadian. I'm 80% relievers.
Brad Keller, he's going to be interesting as well. I think some teams might bring him back to starting.
Yeah, they would talk about starter. Oh, I said, what did I say? I saw like he's not a free agent, but Lucas Ursik, someone was talking about him maybe being a starter.
Fairbanks is a crazy one to me because like I guess he can't pitch in the cold because he's got like that hand thing where like he can't pitch in cold weather, so that like limits his market. But he's nasty, so I'm intrigued by all of this. But most of the good guys got paid. Yeah,
I'll give you another one again, and maybe this may not be because he's getting a baseball isn't boring tattoo.
Oh,
Michael Kopech.
Oh, that's another one because of the upside of what he can do. I mean,
right.
He didn't pitch this year, but he's young still.
And at the end, he just like I think he was healthy, but he just wasn't really ready to go. But I mean, he could still easily get a 2-year deal because, like you said,
100%.
I mean, he was sort of closing in the postseason last year,
closing and opening, looking great.
Right, and Weaver, like you said, those two guys. Yeah, would be at the top of my list. Absolutely.
But I mean, you look at the list and it's like there is like 40 more names that are major leaguers. So right now we're feeling good. I'm loving the fact that some like Suarez did great, Iglesias did great. You know, Devin. I mean, a lot of guys, but it's gonna get grim. So
I'm putting you on the spot now again. Who is the position player, free agent? Probably like toward the top end. We rattle off these guys that you like, okay, I would identify that guy.
Well, I think it's kind of the same. So I love Cody Bellinger for like the next few years because I think he's just a great all around player. And that's what you want in this day and age. I think his price might get a little unrealistic lengthwise. And I love Tucker too. I think Tucker's starting to get undervalued. I'd be curious to see what the final number ends up being. But he's an all-around player, changes the lineup too. So those two. I'm not as high on Bichette because I worry about his defense.
But he's not going to play shortstop.
Going to play second now, I guess.
Yeah, he's going to play. I mean, he looked good at second in the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I've been doing a lot of thinking about some of these guys that you could pry free in trades more so than some of the free agents. Like I like the free agents, but. Marte, Buxton, Tatis. I know that they're saying no to Tatis, but those would be guys I'd be interested in.
Yeah, but you never know unless you're going to try. I just would go back to the Blue Jays. I mean, I just think I think Tucker's going to end up with either the Dodgers or Blue Jays. I just think it's like that has to happen. It has to. So
I mean, I'm surprised that they haven't re-signed Bo already. That tells me that maybe he's not going back. So I don't know.
Someone had told me it's like they really expect that was going to drag on like into mid-January, which I'm like, okay, I guess I give up. This used to be done at Christmas. We used to be done. I could go on a cruise the week after Christmas, and I'm just like, the lockout was. I say this: the lockout was awesome, in only one way, but only one.
There was that deadline,
right? Yeah. So the last thing is the club, like the importance of clubhouse when you're building a team and you're looking at guys. And we talked a little bit about this, but I am sort of interested in that dynamic because I had a scout call me the other day asking me about a guy who is probably going to sign a minor league deal, but like one of those 2-year minor league deals because he's having surgery. And I was like, oh, well, he's all these things. He's not a bad guy, but this is like, and the guy was like, I've just kind of given up. Like it's like everyone has something, you know.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how you view that if you were building a team.
It's hard because there's certain personalities that people will point at as being negative in one clubhouse, but they're in another clubhouse. It can be well received. I think of like Tommy Kahnle as a rookie in Colorado. It was like disruptive, and people weren't a fan of how he blended in. But then when I went to the Yankees, which is like a much more, you would think, more corporate environment, he was like completely embraced and loved and a part of the fabric of it. So it's like, there's a little bit of alchemy here, to try to make it work. But you got to get to know your guys. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit tricky when you're signing them and you do as much background information as you can. You go and try to talk to them and all this and that. But again, you don't have to be the nicest guy in the world to be a great baseball player, at all, and to help winning. And I've heard people tell me, what a great teammate is. A great teammate is 300 with 35 home runs and 130 RBIs.
Yeah.
So
just keep to yourself, hit your home runs, and there you go.
But that being said,
by the
there's
way,
no excuse. Yeah,
like you almost ran across the room when you're like, okay, go ahead.
I said, but that all that being said, there's no excuse to not understand your clubhouse dynamic as it currently exists, and then to be able to realize when it's headed in a bad direction for one reason or another. Like that to me should always be understood. And then like, if there's no reason to just have a bad clubhouse for like 2 or 3 years or have an issue, you know what I mean? Like those need to be policed pretty quickly. If somebody doesn't want to be there, like on that team, like move them along, because there's other players.
But not that this doesn't have to do with bad clubhouse guys, because I don't think he is, but you mentioned the going to New York thing, and you reminded me of the Sonny Gray. I hadn't talked to you about that. All like that back and forth. So, what's your take on that?
I don't really have a take. I was in the room for Cashman giving a pretty hilarious speech in spring training about, if you don't want to be here, I need to know so I can relocate you. And it was just hilarious. It was like my third day on the Yankees. I was like, man, who's he talking about? And then maybe later I was like, maybe Sonny Gray, I don't know. But either way, it was a good message. It was like, hey, we're trying to win here. We need everybody to be all in here. If we're not all in, that's fine. Come tell me and I'll fix it. And then I was like, oh, that's a really good approach. Like if I'm ever that guy one day, I like that approach, because let's just be upfront about it. Like we want to be all in here, or what's the point?
What is that in spring training? I mean, is that like the introduction spring training? Yeah, it's actually like, it's good. I mean, I don't think Sonny Gray ran to the front of the room and said, I mean, that's also, let's be honest though. Let's be honest.
He wasn't there. He had already been traded. And I think
from it. Okay.
After that. It was like, I guess the confusion that we still see exists now, like that I don't have any insight on. That's the only insight I have is Cash's perspective that I heard. I don't know anything about Sonny's perspective. I just know that now he's on the Red Sox and it's on. And so it's great.
Okay. Yeah. That is another good thing though. Oh my goodness. Like, right? First you have the Schlittler stuff and now you have the Sonny Gray stuff.
It's great. I love it.
Let's go.
Hunter Dobbins. We got it.
Hunter Dobbins. None more of this jersey exchange scrap. Let's go.
Chappie too. Chappie also. Chappie said he would.
He would never play there. Yeah, right.
So I love it. It's great. I mean, listen, it's just fun. Baseball's supposed to be fun, so it's great.
That's what we're bringing. Speaking of fun, are you playing? Are you going to play in WBC?
I was on the most recent roster that was turned in. The official one is February 3rd. So I've been doing I've been talking to the right people. I think I'm on the right track, but nothing's guaranteed. So we'll see.
So I have to, like, the way that you phrase that, was it your choice or their choice?
Oh, it's their choice. I mean,
you would play. You would play.
I told them, like, I'm working out, I'm throwing, I want to play. I think I'm a good fit, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I know everybody that runs the team. I was just at the Italian American Baseball Foundation dinner here. I saw the people. I saw the president of the federation. I saw Cervelli, the manager. I saw Ned Coletti, the GM. I saw everybody I need to see. I kissed all the hands. I kissed the ring. I said, "I'm at your service. Bring me. I played in '09. I'm part of the family. Bring me back in." So,
you want to go in the parking lot right now? I'll throw. Let's go.
what they did? They had a whole lineup of young Italian American phenoms there. There was Roman, there was Jack Caglione, there was Spencer Jones. They're trying to get them young to lock in that Italian. We'll play for Italy.
But any of those three guys, are they playing for Team Italy? I don't think so, right?
I think Caglione might be.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't know.
Oh man.
I mean, they're pushing hard.
Man, I didn't even think of Roman Anthony. But you're right. I mean, if you're on the dais at the Italian American event in New York, you're immediately qualified.
Immediately. I mean, I'd be shocked if Roman played this year.
No, he's not.
They're trying to plant the seed for 4 years from now, where he'd probably bat third for USA. But,
wow, Ned Coletti, he thinks of everything.
Yeah, there you go.
Who gave the best speech at that thing? Who was? So
the Phil Cuzzy won an award. He won this umpire achievement award. He gave a speech I thought was pretty funny, knowing that being that I've had a little back and forth with Phil over the years, getting sticky checked or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was funny to see him kind of give a speech. I thought it was good. He had some funny lines in it.
Speaking of umpires, do you ever go to Foley's?
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Okay,
Yeah.
So this is the last. You have to do me this favor.
Sure.
I've built up the baseball coffee brand. I ran into Sean from Foley's. In Foley's, in case people don't know, was this iconic bar right next to the Empire State Building where I say umpires because all the umpires went there, players went there, baseballs. I would imagine you signed a baseball that was on the wall, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So Sean's still trying to bring back Foley's. So if you can say yes, bring back. I mean, I assume.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
We need more places like that. There's places where institution.
Yeah.
And also you can do a live remote baseball and coffee. Would you do that? Would you do a baseball, not for Foley's or whatever? Have you thought about? I know the wheels are always turning for you. What's the next level for baseball and coffee other than the blankets?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to make it through this off season, the show, because I rely so much on things happening. Games like actual baseball. I'm not trying to do as much storylines or as much rumor mill. So I'll react to a move and how it makes sense or doesn't make sense or whatever. We'll break that down. But anyway, just getting through the winter, trying to make it as interesting as possible. Have as many people on as possible. That's the goal right now, and I'm not really thinking too far in the future. But yes, of course, I've thought in my mind's eye of maybe down the line, if people are into it, doing something live in a location in person. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
All right, let it be said, let it be done. All right, once again, we solved a lot of the world's problems. Thank you.